power of a pro video editor is a bit crazy. The only thing crazier is how many video editors there really are today. Because whether you are a filmmaker, YouTuber, or the next TikTok star, you probably found yourself in the editing chair stitching together the next viral video of the moment. It shouldn't come as any surprise then that being a pro editor can drastically change a video from being boring and mundane to something that the entire world is talking about. But wait, what is a pro editor anyway? Let me put it this way. Videos are meant to be experienced at some level by the viewer, and at any point that the viewer is removed from that experience, that viewer is less likely to continue watching, meaning less views, less shares, and less culturally defining viral videos. A pro editor's job is to be invisible, to provide an edit that is immersive, that the viewer doesn't think about or want to go anywhere else from. But here's the kick. A pro editor knows how to not spend too much time in the editing room creating this edit. Speaking of time, we're running out of it. I have a video that needs to be edited and finished before the end of the week because my team and I are actually about to fly to Las Vegas for NAB. Subscribe if you don't want to miss any of that, by the way. But meanwhile, I have my own viral TikToks to make, videos to shoot, and gear to pack. The list pretty much goes on and on and on. My other editors are already swamped putting other edits together, so this leaves me with Nathan. Meet Nathan. Nathan is a beginner editor. He is our camera operator and he directs some of our projects. But this week, like most of you, at some point or another, he has found himself in the editing chair. My challenge is to teach him and you all of my shortcuts, tips, and tricks to getting a killer edit out before we have to leave town on Friday. Because let's be real, we're not missing Vegas. Okay, so let's first start off with our footage. Now, a big pro tip is to go through and organize all of your footage before you even get started. Now, how should you go about organizing it? Well, it's really quite simple. First, find all of the different media assets you have. Find your footage, your music, any effects, memes, whatever you're gonna be using, and we need to organize these into their own individual folders. Even go as far as if you shot on different cameras, we wanna take that footage and put them in their own. So for example, if you shot on an iPhone, take all of that footage, put it in its own folder. If you shot on one of your favorite cameras, take all of that content and put it in its own folder. The reason why we wanna do this is so that when we actually go to start our editing process, we know exactly where everything is before we even get started.
So what's the point of doing all this if the goal is to edit faster?
Watch this. See? It doesn't matter if you're using Final Cut Pro, Premiere, or DaVinci, taking the time to pre-organize all of your footage, or as we call it, pre-editing, will save you so much time in your overall edit. And the longer your video, the more time you actually end up saving. Now, can you tell me where all the footage is from that camera?
Sure, it's right here.
Perfect. And do you know where all of your effects are?
Sure, it's right here.
Awesome. See, no matter where you are, if you are spending time looking for footage throughout your entire edit, this is going to take up minutes. But these minutes quickly turn into hours. But this next tip I'm gonna give you guys will actually help save beginners, like this guy, days. So here's the thing. We all know visually stimulating videos tend to be more engaging. So when posting online, most of us try to edit something that is, well, exciting. But here's the hurdle that many creators find. Nearly everyone needs and wants to post videos in today's world, but not everyone is a video editor or even enjoys the editing side of creating. So you might spend hours trying to animate text on screen or days trying to make a video's colors look just right, only to give up on the whole thing and just slap an Instagram Kelvin filter on it.
But I still want it to look good.
Oh, it'll look even better. And it'll help you save, wait, how much time did you say you spent on this?
4 hours.
Let's talk plugins. For those of you who don't know, plugins are additional programs or pieces of software that will plug into your existing video editor. Pun intended. And these little editing add-ons will do all the editing work for you. For example, I can create an entire text box here and then make it fade in here, then use a keyframe movement here. Or I can quickly just do a quick drag and drop here, replace the text, and boom, done, just like that. See, even here at BWash Media, we are a full-fledged production company, and we still use plugins because they allow our work to come off more polished, and ultimately it allows us to get it done that much faster. What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
There it is again.
I'm just editing.
No, not that, the clicking. Okay, enough with the clicking. Let's talk about keyboard shortcuts. All right, so you remember when I said that pro editors know how to save time? Well, clicks waste time and they annoy your coworkers. Watch this. I can trim a clip like this. I can speed up a clip like this. I can even reverse a shot over here like this. See how much quicker that is? Do you find that you're constantly using the same microphone or even the same camera from video to video, and then when you get into your editor, you're constantly having to make the same tweaks from clip to clip to clip? This is where presets come into play. Presets are very similar to plugins, except they are customized from previous clips that you made. So you make the edit once, and then you save it as a preset. That way you can apply it across multiple clips into the future. Actually, you know what? Let me just show you. All right, so for example, my colors here, I love these, and even audio. Like I can grab my audio here, so you can see I made these adjustments to the audio, and then anything else. Like this here, it has a crop on it. If I move over here, you can see I've adjusted all of my highlights and my shadows, and pretty much all of this can be saved as a preset. All I have to do is just click right here, save that as a preset, then I highlight all of the remaining clips. I go back down into my effects, and then just like this, boom, now that preset has been applied to all of the clips, and I don't have to do that work anymore. It's already done. Now my final tip is to optimize your rendering time. There are so many ways to do this, and one way may not feel more impactful than the other, but every little change will add up to your computer running much faster. So let's touch on a few of them. First, try to help your computer's RAM as much as possible. For my non-techie crowd out there, the amount of RAM you have directly correlates to how many things your computer can actually juggle at once. You might have an email open, and then a photo editor open, and then you have a Chrome window open with 4 tabs. All of these things take up computer resources, and sometimes all it takes is one more ball to make them all fall apart. When you're editing, quit all other applications. And don't worry, you should already have all of your images and all of your sounds from the first tip, remember? This will help your computer to run much smoother. Likewise, make sure that your computer's storage isn't too full. Have you ever seen that show Hoarders? You can barely walk around in those houses. Think of your computer like a hoarder's living room. When computers have nowhere left to store files, they can't run tasks very quickly. But let's go a bit further. Make sure your video editor is in better performance mode. Most editors have specific modes that allow them to play back the footage at a lower quality. Now, this is actually more important because when you are trying to crank out 7 crazy hacks for cooking, or you're trying to put out that next big TikTok trendy dance, speed is more important than the quality. Remember, your export will still be in high quality, it's just the quality you're looking at while you're editing. By the way, use your range selection tool. Scrub your video clips in your editor browser to see exactly where the clips are that you're gonna want to add into your timeline. This will allow your computer to only render the parts of your video clip that will actually be living in your final edit. This will allow everything to move much faster, and you cannot have to deal with rendering those initial clips where you're pretty much just trying to check your camera's focus.
And I'm done.
Oh, good, because it's time to go.
Oh, all right, let's roll.
All right, all jokes aside, we really are leaving for Vegas in just a few days. We are heading to the largest camera broadcast convention of the year, NAB. So if you guys want to check out that content, which will be coming out very soon, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.